Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today is a video where I discuss something. Actually got stuff written down today. Thumb tips, yes, thumb tips. So this will be a helpful video, I hope, if you are A, looking to get a thumb tip, looking into getting a thumb tip or a new thumb tip, a better thumb tip, or you want to know some of the not so much a review of thumb tips, but some of the differences and some of the advantages, disadvantages of different kinds of thumb tips. That's what this video is, I think.
The Great Woo, the Great Woo Ding, the Great Woo Ding's gonna do a thing.
Hello and welcome back to everyone who stayed to watch the theme tune. I do wonder how many people skip the theme tune, or just the theme tune comes up and they go, I'm not watching this anymore. Comment in the comments, have you ever skipped my amazing theme tune? Should I shorten it? Should I lengthen it? Should it have like a middle 8 or a guitar solo in the middle? Anyway, the video today, thumb tips. I have a list here and I'm just going to read them, okay? But before I do, again, if you are one of these people that skips past the theme tune or skips ahead of the boring talking to get to the point, there is a magic trick, a small magic trick towards the end of the video. Which way does the video go? Does it go that way or that way or that? At the end of the video, skip ahead. There's a trick. Move that little red dot along, or would you move it that way? Which way would you move it? That way. And you'd move it from here, and you'd move it along probably to about here, and then you might see me have cards in my hands. When I have cards in my hands, that's the point where I'm going to do a magic trick. Yes, I've got cards in my pocket. About here, I'll do a magic trick. But until then, I'll give you some thumb tips. So, the first thumb tip is it's about hitchhiking. If you haven't got a car, or your car's broken down and you need to get from A to B, a good way to do it is to stand not in the road, but close to the edge of the road, and simply put your thumb up like that. And maybe, perhaps, some kind soul will take pity on you, pull over, and will give you a lift. You'll have hitched a hike, hitched a hick. You'll have got a lift off them. Although actually, nah, wait a minute, scrap that as a tip. That's not a good tip. I don't advise hitchhiking, because of course there's a lot of weirdos around. You don't know whose car you're getting into. Even if the thumb works, maybe it's not worth getting into that car. And anyway, you can't at the minute, because you can't be 2 meters apart in a car. Well, unless you're in a stretch limo. But I don't think a stretch limo would ever pick up a hitchhiker. Give it a go though, let me know. Comment below if you've ever been picked up hitchhiking by a stretch limo. That'll be an enjoyable comment to read. So that's tip number 1. If you're hitchhiking, put your thumb up. Thumb tip number 1. Even though I don't advise it actually. Thumb tip number 2. Yes, okay. In thumb tip number 1, you can't sit in the car with the other person because you can't be socially distant. Which means in this era which we find ourselves in, we need to be regularly washing our hands. And here is my second thumb tip. The thumb is part of the hands. I know it gets a bad rep. We're more focused on the fingers. We have 8 of them and only 2 thumbs, most people. But do remember the thumb. I've got some there. Hand gel. Whenever anybody handles my playing cards, I always send them away with a blob of this. Rub it in like that, and remember your thumbs. Do all the hand positions. Or if you're washing your hands, you have to do it for 20 seconds with hot water and what's it called? Soap. You're supposed to use soap. So that's thumb tip number 2. Remember to sanitize your thumbs. Great. Thumb tip number 3. Now this is a big one. and I can't demonstrate it for you, so I'll have to explain it orally, and you'll have to hopefully listen and translate what I mean into your head, because I've got no visual guide. It's to do with mobile phones. I assume you have one. If you don't, you can skip past this. Skip past it. Oh, down, where am I up to? About here. Skip past it. Anyway, if you have a mobile phone and a thumb, this might be of some use to you. I have always been fighting against the progression of mobile phones. I loved my phone with buttons. I did. For a long time I held off getting a touchscreen. I've got one now, and the reason I can't show you with the touchscreen is because it's my camera. Phones have got so advanced now, my camera is my phone. My voice is my password and my camera is my phone. My phone is my camera. But I've realised now, when I use my phone, I want to be a one-handed phone user. Yeah? It's a phone, it should be small, it should fit in your pocket. It's a mobile phone, yet they're getting bigger and bigger. And annoyingly now, my thumb cannot reach from one side of the big screen to the other side. So most people now have to text with two hands, and they have to carry it around in a bag because it's massive, it doesn't fit in their pocket. Here's the tip. There should be a little arrow somewhere, a setting that moves the keyboard on your phone slightly closer to the side where your thumb is. So if you're right-handed, you can move that keyboard slightly further to the right, so your thumb can get to all the keyboard. One-handed typing, one-handed texting. Also, if you're left-handed, you can move it to the left, to the left, to the left, and text, type, tweet, Twitter. No, Twitter is tweeting. No, that's a photo. You can type with just the one thumb. So there's a setting on your phone. If you didn't know about that and you were struggling, what can I say? But you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Thumb tip number 4. Now this is a crucial one. It's another kind of health and safety tip, especially for you magicians who are doing kind of gaffs and gimmicks, and you're doing a bit of arts and crafts with your playing cards, which I've been known to do. So I have one of these, a knife. Can you see that? Ooh. Now, what's this called? An X-Acto knife? Is that the exact name of the knife? A sharp pointy thing. I have a sharp pointy thing, a retractable blade. Yes, and I use it for kind of, maybe trimming the extreme edge off a playing card for fun, not for any reason. Yes, that's what you would use this knife for. The thumb tip, of course, is to not have your thumb behind the knife. Don't do it. Keep your thumb clear, because it sticks out, doesn't it? Naturally, the thumb sticks out at a funny angle, but you need it far away when you are cutting the edge of a card, and your fingers too, ideally. And you want to take my word for this, because it won't pick up on camera, but I have a tiny little scar. Because you can guess why, can't you? Be careful of your thumb. These particular blades are sharper than they look. And a bonus tip just for the knife, because it's knife to have a bonus trick. Bonus tip. Knife to have a bonus trick. I can't talk. It is knife to have a bonus tip. When you finish with your knife, retract the blade, put it back in, and turn the safety on so it can't accidentally. Yeah, and then ideally put it straight back in your lockable box or in your drawer or somewhere. I'll leave it there though. Yeah. Bonus thumb tip time for those unfortunate people like me that have cut their thumb before. If you have cut your thumb, it gives you a bit more of an advantage with magic. So, for example, with elastic bands now, I can just pull an elastic band straight through my thumb because it follows where I sliced my thumb off. Yeah, so it just goes straight through the gap. So, if you were unfortunate enough to have sliced your thumb off, if you got a clean cut and the thumb came off, you could now do the trick where the elastic band goes through the thumb. Yeah, I'll teach it at some point. Yeah. Okay, where are we up to now? Right, okay, tip number 5. This is a good one. Okay, so you're in a restaurant, socially distanced. You're in tier 2, you can be at a restaurant, can't you? Tier 3, whatever tier you're allowed to be in a restaurant in, you're in a restaurant, you've gone out, you've had enough, you've gone for a nice meal, and it's taken ages. The waiters are over there talking. Yes, you can tell they're not paying you any attention. You've been waiting for ages. Here's what you do: you lengthen your thumb. This is an amazing skill, an amazing ability that you can do, and I'll show you now. You can lengthen your thumb, and it gets the attention of the waiter. But you don't want to click. You don't want to be that person, do you? A waiter? No, don't. If you're one of those people, stop it. Stop it. They're human beings. You have to attract their attention in a dignified manner. Okay, and here's how you do it. You lengthen your thumb. You show them something they've never seen before, and they'll come over and sort you out straight away. Here's what you do. Lengthen the thumb. Just like that. Just like that. And they serve you ever so quick. Ever so quick. Ever so quick. Just like that. Yeah. Okay, tip number 6. Oh yeah, here we go then. This is again kind of a bonus tip, and it's more of a fingertip than a thumb tip, but I'm going to allow it because why not? Because I said earlier, the thumb's underrated because you have 8 fingers, most people, and 2 thumbs, most people, and the thumbs are lesser than the fingers. But did you know? Let's amalgamate them now and not call them fingers and thumbs, but call them digits. Digits. I have 10 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the thumbs are lumped in. 10 digits. And if you count them like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it works. You have 10. I can count. You can count. Right? Yeah. So, here is how you gain an extra finger. Simply count your digits again, but between every number, insert the number 8. Okay? Count them 1, 2, 3. No. But insert the number 8 in between. 1, 8, 2, 8. And like that, by doing that all the way through from 1 to 10, you can give yourself an extra finger. Let me show you. Watch carefully. 1, 8, 2, 8, 3, 8, 4, 8, 5, 8, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 8, 10, 8, 11. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, little bonus one for you. If you count in a certain way, you can actually get an extra thumb. 1, 8, 2, 8, 3, 8, 4, 8, 5, 8, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 8, 10, 8, 11. I did that wrong. I'm doing it again. 1, 8, 2, 8, 3, 8, 4, 8, 5, 8, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 8, 10, 8, 11. Yeah, I'll practice that a bit. Right, next tip. Tip number not sure. Yes, thumb war. A thumb war. Have you ever been involved in a thumb war? Not a thumb battle, not a thumb fight, but a thumb war. Yes, that game where you hold someone else's... Oh yeah, COVID again. You may have to hold this tip, store it in your mind palace for the future when you can again touch other human beings. Yeah. I'll tell it you now though. It's a thumb war tip. So the game where you hold someone else's... I'll hold my hand, but this would be someone else's hand, so you'd see their thumb. But yeah, it's someone else's hand. Yes, I'm holding someone else's hand. The tip is, if you, with your thumb, put it there, on the back of their hand, they can never get their thumb to it, ever. You can't be taken. It's an impossible place to capture. If my opponent's thumb is there is no way I can get my thumb over to get it. But if you have put your thumb there and they are trying to get it, they're in a weaker position. a weaker position where you can come over and win the war, win the thumb war. So that's another tip for you, another thumb tip. Yeah, where are we now? Around here? It's nearly finished, maybe? I don't know. I've got a couple more tips. Yeah. No tips about thumb tips, obviously. You've got the premise of the video by now. I'm telling you thumb tips. Yes, thumb tips. There's a slight magic trick at the end. We're getting there. Kind of. Next tip. The next tip is tip number 7. Opening a plastic bag. Opening a plastic bag. It's horrendous. I have with me, for your pure entertainment, a roll of bin bags. And I find bin bags particularly difficult to open, and I'm going to show you now how I do it with the use of my thumb. It's a thumb tip. But before I share the tip, I want to improve your life by way of showing you a new game that we're going to play. And I do this every time. What I do when I want a new bin bag, I don't do this and get to the point where the new bin bag is and then rip it off. Oh no, I like to take a little bit of risk, have a little bit of fun. What I do is I hold the end of the bag and release the roll. And that's why it's risky. If you don't catch it, it goes all over the kitchen floor. You have to spend the next 3-4 minutes like this. The wife comes in and says, "What on earth are you doing?" You just roll it up like that. This is a bit of fun. Next time you go to change the bin, hold the flap. I'm not going to look at the camera this time. I'm going to look so I catch it, and drop it into that hand. It's much more satisfying. Didn't go far enough. You've got more room if you stood up. Also satisfying. Okay, so the thumb tip itself. The bin bag, the humble bin bag, cannot be opened with human hands, as I'm sure you know. Much frustration has been had. Should you open it in the middle? No. Should you open it at the side? No. This side? No. And normally it's at this point that I realise I've been trying to open the bottom of the bag and I have to turn it round. That's why I now get the ones with handles, so I know that this is definitely the top. How much time have you wasted in your life trying to open the bottom of a bin bag? How long? If you add up all the time that you've spent trying to open the bottom of a bin bag, think what you could have done with that time. You'll never get it back. So I'm going to save you some time for the rest of your life now, even when you have found the correct side of the bin bag. Well, here's how you open it. It's a thumb tip. Now, again, it's not very hygienic to do this here. What I normally do is I use the kitchen sink. I turn the tap on and that's all it takes. That's my thumb going through the pouring water of the tap. And then I turn the tap off. So my thumb is now wet. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry. And with a wet thumb, you simply with it and fingers. Oh, there you go. And the bin bag is open for business. Yes. Of course, health and safety tip here. Oh, it doesn't taste very nice. Yeah, don't lick it. Well, I just sanitized my hands in that before we started. It's fine. But I've touched the bin bag. Use a bit of water, a bit of liquid, and that opens your bin bag. And then you can put all your rubbish in it, or do whatever you like to do with the bin bag. Put it on your back, pretend you've got a cape. Yeah, that's enough of that. Right, I think where are we now? Is the circle there? Is it moving along? Are we nearly finished? I don't know. Right. And that's it. That's the thumb tips over. So it's just a card trick at the end. It says, Number 8, card trick. So this is my final thing on the agenda, final point, final thumb tip. And I just wave the cards here, so for any of those people who are trying to skip ahead to the card trick will hopefully see this, because they're skipping past in fast motion, aren't they? So I want to get their attention that they need to stop now to see the card trick. Yes. Maybe do this. Look, everybody look, I've got cards. Stop here. Stop skipping past cards. Oh, hello, you've rejoined us from the skipping ahead to the... Yeah, right, just get on with it. Here we go then. A thumb tip trick. And again, it follows from the last one. It's all about a moist thumb. So, this is a shuffle deck. I'll shuffle it again before your very eyes. Right, so, didn't need that one. What was it? 3 of hearts. I shoved that in the middle somewhere. If the card you pick now is the 3 of hearts, it isn't fixed in any way, honest. It's shuffled, yes, shuffled. Right. What we're going to do is I'm just going to go through and stop at a random card. We'll go to this one here, okay? What I want you to do is remember that card, yes? Do not forget this card, and we'll lose it back into the middle of the deck. Now, with a wet thumb, you can find the card. Let me show you. I've been practicing this all day. Simply with a moist thumb, I can find your card with a wet thumb. Yeah. So that's my thumb tips and my thumb tip trick. So if you liked any of the thumb tips, there should be a thumb kind of icon down there. Unless you're watching this on a TV and you're like, no, what are you on about, Mr. Wooding? There's no... I'm assuming you're watching on a phone or a tablet or a computer. If you are watching this on the TV, go to your phone or your tablet or your computer and watch the whole thing again, so I get more watch time on YouTube, thank you. And then click that little thumbs up button, which is a like. So if you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, I think there's a thumb down option. I don't know what that does, so if you didn't like it, just click the thumbs up one as well. Just click the little, is it there? I don't know. I'm always confused if it's there or there or there or there, or it's definitely not up there, pretty sure. Anyway, like the video, why not? Comment on the video down below, tell me a thumb tip or a finger tip or anything you want to say in the comments that would be worth me reading. Right, I'm going to stop now because I'm waffling on. I have finished the list. I have showed you the trick. I have given you my thumb tips. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on Monday and then on Friday, or is this Friday? Fridays and Mondays, that's what Monday, Magic Monday and Funny Friday. Well, you be the judge if this was Funny Friday. Yeah, I'm stopping now. Right. I am Mark Wooding, or the Great Woo.
The Great Woo, the Great Woo Ding, the Great Woo Ding just did a thing.
Who's got 2 thumbs and £3.4 million in their bank account? Not me. I used to think that my thumb was on the left, but on the other hand, it might be on the right.